Now, the Ministry of Health, in partnership with UNCO, leading social society, have today launched Uganda's Tobacco Industry Interference Index Report 2020-2021, indicating that Uganda pushed back against tobacco industry interference, which would have failed rolling out the law and implementing the regulations.
Recent global index report on the tobacco industry interference, Uganda was ranked amongst the best countries in pushing away tobacco industry interference.
I'm so happy that we are here and celebrating our victory, our being the best for the global index report. And just like I told the rest of the world, that for us we didn't know, we were implementing Article 5.3.
Today, the Ministry of Health, in partnership with UNHCO, the leading civil society, have launched the Uganda's Tobacco Industry Interference Index Report 2020-2021. The report indicates that there is no conflict of interest of any senior government official joining the tobacco industry. However, the government has not put in place a procedure of disclosing the records of unnecessary interactions within the tobacco industry and its representatives.
So, do they have legal frameworks that enable them to defend themselves from the tobacco industry? And the answer is yes for Uganda. Uganda has the Tobacco Control Act, which protects public health policies, which imposes a duty on government and all government officials to not have any conflict of interest with the tobacco industry. And indeed, Uganda does not have.
The report also indicates that although Tobacco Control Act bans tobacco-related corporate social responsibility activities, the government accepted donations from tobacco industry during the COVID-19 pandemic.
We remember that during COVID, the tobacco industry donated money to government, 250 million, and we stood up as civil society, and the Minister of Health provided leadership in saying this should not be the case.
It also indicates that in regards to the industry participation in policy development, Government of Uganda has earmarked 11 billion as payment to tobacco farmers on behalf of other companies, contrary to the Tobacco Control Act, as it amounts to a privilege to the tobacco industry, promotion and sponsorship. The report, however, recommends that there is a need of creating awareness on the provisions of the Tobacco Control Act by ensuring that all departments are aware penalties for the unnecessary interactions with the tobacco industry. The government should put in place procedures for disclosing records of unnecessary interactions.
And the Ministry of Health is, apart from other partners, have been able to translate the act into a simple way. We have this Law Enforcers Handbook for Tobacco Control Act 2015. A very simple tool that is very easy to understand, by everybody. But what remains to be done is really translating these policies and laws into practice. We need to widely disseminate these documents so that it reaches the last person out there in the community.
This very good report, Uganda Tobacco Industry Interfering Index Report, I think scores Uganda very high, and I know it's not only one person who has been working. There are many stakeholders. I think parliamentarians also played their part by passing the Tobacco Act. We shall continue amending it to make it better with your support. But we need information because we are new. We need you to work with us. And I think within 5 years we shall see this talk about NCDs going up on the national agenda.
This report was filed by Julius Muhumuza for Dream TV News.